All right, so let's start. To begin, I would like to share my screen because that makes it a lot easier. This is the screen, and I hope you can see it now. Yes, I can see that 2 people have raised your hand. Please tell me, what is it? Or you can send a message. I have Nadine who has sent greetings from Cameroon. Hello, Nadine. Please start speaking if you can hear me. Or I will just walk in straight into the topic that we have at hand. To start the topic, you all know what we are here for: humor in marketing. And you can see that banana peel, which is on there. I'm sure all of you know what a banana is. This is probably the lowest standard of humor, I would say, because to laugh when someone falls slipping on a banana peel is, according to me, a bit nasty and not exactly something acceptable. But then, of course, it creates a lot of laughter. And that, of course, is something that we want to discuss today: humor and laughter, something that makes everybody happy, something that brings a smile to the people's faces and makes you good to watch. I am Dr. Sree Lakshmi. I am the DBA program leader at Athena Global Education. And with me, I have Mr. Shiju Philipose, who is the portfolio manager of Uniathena. He handles every single course that is there in Uniathena. I hope, again, that you get to see him when he switches on the video. Maybe at least towards the end, we will have some conversation from him. And today's topic, once again, is humor in marketing. That is both of us. This is Shiju, so you know who he is. And just look at these pictures. What comes to your mind? There you can see President Obama laughing. There is an old person there, again, who is laughing. On the left-hand side, you can see a child, a small baby, who is giving a very, very naughty expression, right? And there's another one with just 2 teeth. And at the end, you can see a chimp who is smiling. Now, did this at least bring a smile on your faces? Please give me an answer. Anyone here? Right? Did you
yes,
smile?
It brings smile.
It brings a smile, right?
Yes, a smile.
I'm sure you probably did not laugh about it, but then it makes you smile, right? So this is what I want to tell you. Smile makes another person smile. What does that mean? Smile is contagious. That is, it spreads from one person to another. See, you can only see me on the video. I've shown you a few pictures and you are smiling. I hope all of you are smiling with me. Smile is contagious. That's my point. Laughter is equally contagious. And that, my dear friends, is the first lesson that I have for you today. That these are contagious. Just like the coronavirus, the laughter, smiles, happiness, joy is contagious. And because they are contagious, we will start by looking at their definition of humor, the word which I used, humor. Humor is the quality of being amusing or comic, especially as expressed in literature or speech. So says, I think, Webster or Oxford or one of those, the dictionaries that we all refer to. And it told me that it is the quality of being amusing. It is the quality of being funny. And it also said that it is a mood or state of mind, humor. Do you have some other definition that you can share, please? Anyone? Come on, let's hear your voice. What is humor to you? You could even crack a joke because that's what we are here for today. Hello. If you cannot think of a joke, it's perfectly fine. I know you feel like a class when teacher pulls you up and asks you a question. No, we are online. Nobody can see your face. So it's perfectly all right. Even I cannot see your face. At least let me hear your voice.
Dr. Sree, I think they will need more time to see more, funny
ads which are going to share, and then possibly they will start sharing their own. I think you need to show them.
All right. You know what Shiju is doing? He's trying to make me do this quickly as possible and get over with it, because it is Saturday evening and he has other plans. I know this is what it is. I am sure at least the males in the audience will definitely understand what I'm trying to say. Saturday evening, he has other plans. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my definition of humor is this: laughter. It is the shortest distance between two people. I know you guys are continents away from me, all over the world, spread across, but when you smile, when I smile, if I can make you laugh, yes, it makes the distance small and it brings us together. Now we are all together here listening to this talk and talking with each other. Soon we will talk with each other, and this laughter and smile will bring us together, reduce the distance. So how did humor evolve? Like I said, the banana peel. Remember, this is how it evolved. Somebody was eating a banana, dropped it on the floor, and someone slipped and fell on it, and the other people were laughing. Is it right? Is it wrong? No, I am not going to think about the ethics of it. My question, my doubt here is something else. Look, I'm not joking when I say that humor is the most widely used form of communication across the world. Whether you like it or not, laughter indeed is the best medicine. I hope you've heard about laughter therapy, places where people go and just laugh out loud. Or maybe if you have been to Japan, you would have seen those places where people stand in open places and laugh out loud. It has, it has a very, what you call, uplifting feeling, makes you feel good. So laughter is the best medicine, and humor and jokes are the most widely used form of communication. Now, let me ask you a question. What is it that you have forwarded the most, whether it is on Facebook or WhatsApp or any of your social media? Can you think of the things that have gone viral? Haven't you heard a joke or read a joke on social media and wanted to share it with your friends instantly? I'm sure I am not alone if I say that that is what I always do. I share it with the people I know because I want to spread laughter and spread happiness. Now coming to my point. What role does humor play in marketing? So if laughter is such a big thing, what does it has got to do with marketing? This is the topic for the day, and this is what I will be discussing with you today. I didn't want to show you that slide. Before that, I wanted to ask you the question. How many of you have learned marketing or management here? Can anyone give an answer? Or at least tell me what are the 4 P's in marketing? Please speak. I told you I have a problem watching your videos, or I cannot see the thumbnail. So at least
Sree, there are messages coming in. Somebody has responded like price,
okay.
Products,
price,
place.
Product, place, promotion. Yes. Right. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's right. I can see that now. You have Rambi, you have Shaib Muhammad, Akhil. All these people have given me answers. Yes, I can see them. There are messages coming here. Wonderful. Okay, so I will start using the messaging platform now. And yes, these are the answers. The 4 P's are product, price, place, promotion. That is Loretta and Beatrice. They have all given me the answer. John says it is psychology. Well, I have a different opinion. I was in sales for a long time, and my opinion of the 4 P's is something else. My opinion of the 4 P's is this. I'll show you. 4 P's of marketing when you are in sales is very simple. Please, 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 please. That is the 4 P's. You beg, you really beg and beg again and again and hope that the customer buys. Now, this is supposed to be a joke, okay? I cannot even, I just don't know whether you laughed or not, but this is the idea behind it. Humor in marketing. Now, the whole concept of humor in marketing started, or at least a thought about how humor impacts or laughter impacts marketing or marketing communication, it began when Brian Sternthal and Samuel Craig, they wrote something called Humor in Advertising. This is a journal article which was published in the Journal of Marketing back in 1973. That was before I was born. And in that article, they started discussing the persuasive power of humor. And since then, we've had tons of research. You can use any, maybe Google Scholar or ProQuest or any of these online places, and you can get tons of research articles on how humor impacts marketing and advertising and how it can be used as a strategy in communication. And there is lots of it. But I will not really go much into the theory, but I will tell you a little bit. Can you understand what this this McDonald's ad means? I hope you can, because it talks about my favorite, at least one of my favorite superheroes, and that is Wolverine. Wolverine. I absolutely adore him. So do my children. And on the left side, you can see the puma, which is in a coma. Okay, the puma is in a coma, and probably that's why it is gray. I don't know. Now, these are some of the real ones which were used. Next, did you know that 53% of consumers like advertisements that are humorous? Now, this is one of the facts. People like advertisements that are humorous for multitude of reasons, which we will come to shortly. Now, let's have a look at the psychology of laughter. Now, laughter is something which, as you all know, affects the mind. And because it affects the mind, there is something related to the mind that it does. And let's look at what these are. So the first one is that laughter or anything humorous, it induces cooperation. It fosters a sense of togetherness. It brings people together, like I told you, and you feel that you are working together in this. There is a sense of proximity or intimacy, so to say. And it also helps in building trust, which is one of the biggest issues that marketers have when they're trying to communicate their brands or products. People need to trust companies, trust the corporates, or trust the brands to be able to purchase or spend their money on these products and services. So building trust is one of the primary things that marketers look for, and laughter gives that. It also brings in friendliness, creates positive atmospheres, and makes you feel good. It makes you feel positive in a very mental and physical sense. There is a sense of well-being. And when there is a sense of well-being, there is no opposition. We are not rigid. We are not negative. We are not hard to approach. We become open, and it lowers our defenses to any sort of communication. That is, we become more receptive. And it also promotes message comprehension. When you are laughing and when you are less stressed out because of that laughter, because of the positive vibes that it gives you, you become much more open to messages and you start understanding it better. The information processing increases or improves. I am sure all of you remember that one teacher who back in school who used to make you laugh a lot, or a friend. You don't forget them, and you never forget teachers who make you laugh, because those were some of the good times that you had, and you tend to associate them with some of the memories when you were in school. And at the same time, laughter also allows conditioning. It breaks defenses, and it makes you, it makes you kind of a bit loose and open to all the messages that are being given by a marketer. Moving on. What is the neurology of laughter? It stimulates your brain. This is what it does to the nerves. It stimulates the brain's centers, which are responsible for memory. So you tend to remember, you don't forget things which you laughed about, because those are good memories, and it makes people receptive. And the most important point is it induces higher and stronger retention as opposed to facts. If you are given bare facts, we tend to forget. But if it is combined with laughter, you tend to remember it. because of how it made you smile or laugh. A good laugh makes a person memorize the event subconsciously within your mind, even if without making an effort. That event is recorded, and recall is long lasting. People love to recall and retell a good joke, which increases their feeling of confidence and acceptance. Now, when you have heard a joke, I think this happens to all of us. We go and share it with our friends, we share it with our family, we tend to retell the jokes. And that makes us feel good when everybody is laughing with us. It creates a sense of belongingness and confidence and acceptance among the others. And these are very, very positive, good feelings that we have when we make others laugh. Again, moving on. What is the chemistry? Now that I have the psychology and the neurology, let's move on to the chemistry of laughter. Those who know would know that brain is all about chemistry. It is completely about a set of hormones which go up and down, and based on the variation of them, you feel all the good feelings, all the bad feelings, you fall in love, you break up, everything. And laughter, what it does is it triggers a bunch of neurochemical responses. Brain gets flooded with dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin. See, these are what you call the happiness hormones. What you see in the picture here, you have dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, and serotonin. These are the ones that make you happy. They are the ones that make you calm, reduce anxiety, make you go to sleep, make you feel good about yourself, make you feel happy about the world, ensure that you're not depressed or breaking down in tears or any of that sort. Dopamine increases happiness, endorphins increase resilience, they make you feel wonderful. Oxytocin is what is released when you fall in love. It practically makes you fall in love. And it is also released during sex and childbirth. That is why you feel intimacy. You fall in love with your baby without anything at all, without any prompt or anything else, because of this one single thing called oxytocin. It makes you love your child. So these hormones make you feel calm and confident and resourceful, lowers the stress, unlocks creative thinking, makes you feel wonderful. And this is what happens when we laugh. This is the reason why laughter is important in marketing, because it does all the good things that otherwise brands or anybody else struggle to do. Power of humor in marketing. Now look at this picture. There is a dog who looks like Albert Einstein, and he is reading Daily Dog Times on Pooches. Great. Next is, what are the opportunities for marketers to use humor? First one is that humor adds value to the brand in terms of appeal. People tend to remember, like when you saw that McDonald's ad with Wolverine, I'm sure all those Wolverine fans would definitely remember it later on. Recall is something that marketers die for. If any of you are there in advertising or communication, I think you know what I'm talking about. I have a question from Titus from Kenya. He is asking, how is new product to be applied as humor in marketing? I think the question is the other way around. How is humor to be applied in new product marketing? Well, when it comes to marketing, I have to say that there is little differentiation between existing product and new product, but there is something, in fact, which I will come back to in the coming slides, wherein there is a slight difference between existing products and brand new products. Okay, but still I have to say that if you are a new product who wants to get the attention of the people, if you're launching something new, then definitely this is one of the ways, one of the strategies that you can use, because laughter is something which attracts everyone, and it helps in removing the clutter. And like I said, the first point, it adds value to the brand, it gives it appeal, and there is what we call a recall. People tend to remember what you say when it is combined with laughter. Another point that you need to look at is, it has to be tested very well. You have to test before you launch anything, because there is nothing boring as a joke that falls flat. We don't want what we are sending out to, completely fall flat and not be enjoyed by our audience. So have what is known as A/B testing, have two different alternatives of the same advertisements, test it, and then launch it, so that to ensure that it works. Another point is differentiation. Humor helps in differentiation, especially when you are in some industry which is kind of boring. What if you are selling something like maybe, I don't know, air conditioners, or maybe screws, or maybe random things like furniture or lawnmowers, or having something that is humorous helps you a lot. Use a personal brand. That is what Elon Musk is doing in terms of Tesla. He always adds in his own comments. He laughs at himself when Tesla fails. He laughs that he puts a Twitter comment or comment somewhere else in the social media, and he laughs at it, and he ensures that the joke is at him. So he has a huge personal branding, and that helps the company. Also, humor helps in creating a very unique positioning vis-a-vis your competition. Your competition could be talking about anything and everything in the world, but when you make people laugh, they tend to remember. And that position is something that stays for a very, very long time. Those who are in India, or those who have really learned marketing, would know about a brand called Amul, which is into food products, basically dairy, butter, and everything. And they have been around for the last, I think, 53 or 55 years. Their mascot is a little girl who is always making fun of everything that's happening around her, locally and internationally. She makes people laugh without being offensive. And she has been around for, I think, 53 years is more than anybody can imagine, right? That is longevity in there. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
Dr. Sree, that's a very interesting question. Do you want to answer it right now, or do you want to do it?
Yeah. Okay. He says, I run COVID-related marketing campaigns. Can I use humor to increase reach, or there are ethical issues against this? Well, COVID-related humor is something that I am going to touch upon. Please wait a bit, and then we will see. I will also explain the ethical issues. The ethical issue is not about COVID. It is about a lot of other things, which we will discuss quickly, sooner, very soon. So please wait. This is Battling Bartlett. Please wait, Bartlett. Okay. Laughter helps you to be sustainable. No, I'm sorry. Even if you have laughter in your communication, we always have to try to be sustainable, relevant, and effective at the same time, so that, whatever you are trying to communicate does not kind of, it does not disappear in the laughter. Because even though we still have the laughter, you still need to have a product that is good. Shaib Muhammad is asking about asking this question. Can you explain a little bit about personal brand? Sure, Shaib. A personal brand is a brand that you create for a person in simple terms. It could be Elon Musk, it could be Mark Zuckerberg, it could be President Obama, or any of our celebrities, country heads. It could be you. Tomorrow, Shaib Muhammad could be a brand if he wants to do it. See, all of us can have a personal brand wherein you become the brand. You are the brand, and you have, just like a brand, a certain style, certain way of doing things. You could have a logo if you want to. It could be based on what you're doing. If you are a professional in let's say, I don't know, what are you doing, Shaib Muhammad? Could you just type it for me? If you are a student, you can do something related to that, or it could be a musician, and then you can have your own brand about your style of music, your way of presenting it to people. You could be a doctor, you can offer your services and describe that. So you create yourself as a brand and establish yourself as a brand using various techniques which are used in branding other things that we see all around us, like Coca-Cola or Adidas or shoes or bags or whatever it is. All those principles.
Dr. Sree, I just want to, just add one thing into it, just to, spice up what you said right now regarding personal branding.
Yeah.
If you ask me, you, me, everyone, Shai, everybody is a brand, but only difference which happens is regarding brand value and brand credibility. Okay, so that will vary even person to person.
That, of course, is very true. That is, if you look at it from that point of view, and especially because we have something called social media here, personal branding is possible now. Earlier, it was not possible for us to communicate to the rest of the world what we were, right? Anybody could not create a brand for themselves. It was automatically created. Like, for example, let me think. Okay, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was a singer who was known worldwide for his music, or Bob Marley. All these are people who became famous, and that is how we heard about them. And there was nothing that common people, or like maybe people in our parents' generation, or when we were children, we couldn't be a brand and be present anywhere. But now it is possible. We have Twitter, Instagram, we can have our own brand, we can have YouTube channels. If you look at YouTube, it's full of young people, children who are brands of their own. Right. I can see 2 questions. Please ask. Could you please type them or ask the questions directly?
I think one of the question is, how can you do personal branding as an author? Okay, but
I'm not able to see it here.
Yeah, that is a question, but we can possibly add, it doesn't come under today's discussion, but still, if you want to answer that, you can answer that, Dr.
I think that is a good topic for a webinar. Shall we do it some other time? Personal branding has got layers and layers, because then I will start talking about branding, and I really don't want to get into branding as such, because, like I said, there is lots to talk about. I would be digressing a lot, but I hope you get the idea. And in 2021, it is very easy for us to have our own brand, and using personal brands which are associated with the product or service in question. That is what is important to create laughter. Or just me and you having personal brands is not what I was discussing here. Okay. And yes, I have mentioned the Amul saga. If I have time, I will come to that, but I'm not sure. Moving ahead. Yes, this is a point that I wanted to bring across. As a communication tool, effective use of humor can humanize you, cementing your bond with your readers or audience. It can also help your work stand out in a crowded market. Now, please understand some of the things here. Effective use of humor can humanize you. Humanize in the sense you have to understand that marketers, corporates are not human beings. They are entities which people don't trust. There is no human face for them. Okay, I agree and say that Facebook does have a human face in Mark Zuckerberg, and Windows has Bill Gates, but that's not what I'm trying. People don't really trust companies like you trust your neighbor or your best friend or your parents. You don't. There is no human face there. So this lack of trust and this lack of bonding can be created and cemented using humor. And humor is a very good tool for that, because of how, accepting it makes you, how open it makes you to all these trust building activities and relationships. And secondly, humor can help your work stand out in a crowded market. The market today, my dear friends, is crowded. There are tons of products, tons of services, tons of brands out there. And every one of them is trying to talk to you. They are there. If you are watching the television, they are there. If you are on Facebook, they are there. If you are on Instagram, they are there. If you are on YouTube, they are there. They are everywhere. They are outside your house through hoardings and out of home, signages and all these posters and everything. Inside your home, they come to you through all your devices. So you have no escape from marketing. And within this huge clutter in this clouded market, humor helps a brand stand out. That is the point here. Questions? What if you are not selling a product or brand, but you are trying to change behavior like child marriage? You still have to market your campaign. Should you use humor in a serious issue like female genital mutilation or unsafe abortion? Yes, again, a question which I have an answer for. I don't know whether I should go get into that now or maybe a bit later. I think I will answer that a bit later, Tenny. I'm glad you asked me that question because that's a wonderful one. Okay, those who want to, I've seen the two of you have raised your hands. Please tell me. Shiju, can you see any questions?
Just questions. Okay, one more question is there. One more question is there from Rumpy Hall. How can you
use humor to attract students to enroll in our school? Again, all these are things which I would like to discuss in the coming slides, how to use humor to attract students. Now, attracting
Dr.
students.
Lakshmi, what I can possibly do is that I'll just keep these questions live. So whenever you
keep them live.
Yes, and I'll just let me know. I'll just keep on, asking the questions to remind
Very
you.
good, very good. That's wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much. Because there is some glitch, and they are not popping out to me like they usually do.
There seems to be some glitch because my video is already on. It's still on, but it's
I cannot see you. I cannot see anyone for that matter. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it seems very strange when I cannot see any faces before me, and all I can see is my face. That is nothing nice to look at every day. Okay. Coming back to a bit of the theoretical part, because like we are in marketing and we are, according to me, Philip Kotler's marketing management is my Bible. If anyone who's in marketing, they will know what I'm talking about. Harvard University, whatever they say goes. So let's listen to what Harvard has to say about the topic of humor in marketing. Surprisingly, they have not said much, but what they have said is that entertainment, they have used the word entertainment instead of humor. They said it has a cooperating effect with persuasion. Now, persuasion is what this person who is running a school wants to do in terms of the children. He wants to persuade the children to come and join the school. Yes, you can use humor. You should use humor if possible. I don't know. It depends. Humor is something that is also related to culture and locality. What I might laugh at, maybe someone from another country might find offensive, or it might not be something to laugh about in a different culture. So all these nuances are there. But humor is something which you can really do because it creates a persuasive effect. And excessive amounts of entertainment tend to backfire and actually reduce an ad's persuasiveness. But if it is extreme, if you are continue to use too much of humor, there has to be a limit beyond which you should not go, especially when it comes to something like education. Make people laugh, but after a moment, give out that message. Ask them to be educated for X, Y, and Z reason, and tell them about your school. Be serious there. You cannot joke about everything and anything at all. And of course, something like female genital mutilation or child marriage, these are absolutely serious things, but does not mean that we cannot laugh about it. Sometimes laughter, a lot of people in our society, in the world, are a bit hesitant to talk about things like this. I don't know why. I've never understood that, but I know that people are hesitant to open up and talk about or even listen to these things. In that case, humor helps. Everything that is taboo, you can touch using humor. But after a moment, once the laughter is over, come to the serious part, because those are issues which are not to be taken lightly. This is what happens to millions of people all over the world, something that is sad and painful, and something that has to be eradicated, and something that gives an opportunity for future generations to thrive and and become whole people, so to say. So once the laughter is over, please come back and be serious about these issues. But it does not mean that you cannot use laughter. You can always use laughter because it adds to the persuasiveness quotient. It makes people listen, pay attention. A third point that Harvard says is that entertainment evoked before the consumer is aware of the brand being advertised reduces purchase intent. Now, this is the answer to that question about new products that someone was asking. Yeah, new products, if nobody is aware of the brand, then if it is too much of laughter might reduce purchase intent. But if there is brand awareness and people are aware of the brand, then purchase intention increases when humor is used. This is what Harvard has found out. But in marketing, I would always say that you never really know what works, because I've had experiences with brands which were introduced in the market using humor and whose brand recognition definitely increased. So humor can be used for a new product or a new service to create a recognition of the product and the service, as well as the brand, if the brand is also new. But if there is an existing brand, then using humor definitely increases purchase intentions and persuasiveness. So humor, when used skillfully, deflects criticism and helps deliver difficult messages. This is my answer to the question from Teni Angulu. Teni, thank you so much for asking that. When you are trying to change behaviors, attitudes about things like child marriage or unsafe abortions, female genital mutilization, child abuse, abuse towards women and children, all these are very, very serious issues. Even drugs, you can use humor because it helps to deliver a message that is otherwise very, very difficult. Akhil is asked, so is it better to inform about product availability before releasing ads? No, you are getting it a bit confused here, Akhil. There is a difference between brand and product. What Harvard tries to say is that if you already have existing brand and people are aware about it, humor will help you increase the purchase intention. But if your brand is totally new, then you could actually use humor to introduce the brand. Or if it is only a product of an existing brand, again, it can be used to increase. There is no rule which says that it can be used only this way or that way, but the results would tend to vary depending on what you are trying to do. That is the answer. So Akhil says it for a new product. Okay, so if it is a brand new product, you can use humor to introduce the product. But if there is the backing of an existing brand, then the purchase intent which is created as a result of this humor would be much more as compared to a brand which is totally new. That's all. It doesn't say that it will not create purchase intent, but what is created will be much more if the brand is existing and people are already aware of it. That is the answer.
Sri Lakshmi, there was a question asked before that by Dennis.
Yes, Dennis has asked a question. Any dark humor that should be involved, example competition? Again, I have something to, a couple of slides later, I will talk about it. And then I will ask her, Dennis. Dennis, please wait. Okay. And Rambi, I hope you have understood what I'm trying to say. You definitely should use humor effectively. And I hope you all the success in attracting students. And whoever's asking the question about FGD and everything, please use all these methods. Please make people laugh, but so that they understand all these. It's an excellent effort that you guys are taking. Now, moving on, like I said, to end with what Harvard was saying, humor, when used skillfully, it deflects criticism. Whatever be the criticism against whatever you are trying to communicate, humor tends to deflect it, remove it, make it less strong, and helps to deliver messages which are otherwise difficult to communicate, hard to discuss. So please make people laugh. Types of humor. First one is self-defeating. There are 4 types actually. Self-defeating, whereas you put yourself down. You can laugh about yourself. What is wrong with that? Don't be serious. Don't take yourself seriously. People love a brand which does not take yourself seriously. Everybody loves to have things lightly, even if what they are doing is something very serious. Aggressive humor is when you're putting others down. This is Dennis's question. Should you use dark humor? Now, comparing with competitors is not something that is unheard of in advertising. If you look at Google, the history of Pepsi and Coca-Cola, you see it everywhere. There is McDonald's and Burger King in US. These are some of the brands which have always competed with each other. In different countries, I'm sure you will see different brands which have competed openly. But there is something you need to remember. Every country, I'm sure, would have its own legislation regarding how advertisers should come up with advertisements and what is allowed and what is not. Within the legislation, only people can create advertisements. So if your country does not allow these sort of competitive advertisements wherein you put your competitor down or say bad things about them, you cannot do it. It's not allowed at all. If it is not allowed legally, please don't do it. But if legally it is unclear or you don't have such strong laws, you can still do it within the limits of decency, but always understand that when you are doing that, your customers and your potential customers, your existing customers and potential customers are watching you do it. And believe me, people don't like being belittled, and people don't like other people belittling others. You know, they might have a laugh about it, but at the end of the day, it creates a negative feeling. So maybe if you try it once, it might work if it is mild. But if you are going to be very negative about your competitor, saying bad things, think twice about it. I would not advise it, because at the end of the day, someone who is a potential customer or even your existing customers might not like it. And that creates a very negative image for you. It could really backfire in the market. Very, very dangerous game to play. And ethically, I would say very wrong. So please be aware. The third type of humor is self-enhancing, which means you are laughing at yourself. You know, you just talk about yourself and laugh at whatever you are doing. And the last one is affiliative humor, which is what you see mostly, wherein you laugh with others. There is a lot of empathy and your focus is on other people. Like it says, you know, iPhone, YouTube. That is what the image says. So something like that, you know, you laugh at yourself, you laugh at others, and you laugh together. So these are some of the types of humor. Now, how do we use humor in advertising? There are 5 ways in which you can use. But if you look at the picture above, you will see that the engagement rates are very, very high when it comes to humor in advertisement. And so, where will you find marketing humor? 5 ways in which you can use it is in print media. Humor is used very well in print media. It's one of the best things you can do in print, because people love to see an image which is, you know, makes them laugh, and the impact is instantaneous. TV commercials, as we all know, we love a commercial which we enjoy. Out of home, billboard signages, wall posters, even wall paintings, sometimes paintings are used. Then, of course, digital advertising is there, because digital is what we are all for today. There are digital signs, display boards, then there are in-store advertisements. Wherever you find these digital signages, they all can be used with a bit of humor there, and it helps to attract customers and, of course, make people recall your brand. The last category is online advertising, which involves all your display advertising and even social media. There are, of course, memes which people use. Memes have become a latest trend in the last few years. But again, we have to be very careful when you use memes, because I have seen brands which use memes without really understanding the context, because memes are generally very, very contextual and very, very, what do you say, limited in how it creates the laughter. So one has to be very careful when employing memes as a method of humor in marketing. Print advertising, this is one of the examples. You can see that the lion had that kind of hair before, wherein it stood up, and after using this shampoo, Sedal, the hair is flat and straight, like you've straightened it. So this is a print advertisement. Here is an example of another advertisement. This is from Mercedes-Benz, wherein it says that the car is able to spot danger from far ahead and prevent collisions. Okay, using its Assist Plus technology. So if a deer is coming from far ahead and trying to cross the road, the car is able to sense it here and apply the brakes before hurting the animal. That is the idea. Next is something which you will see. This is again an ad for McDonald's, which was found on the wall of a railway tunnel. Beware of pig packets. So this is an example of out of home advertising, wherein advertising is, in this case, practically there on the wall when you're walking by or traveling, in this case, commuting using your local trains. Signages. This is the advertisement for divorce attorneys. And it says that the marriage was obviously a mistake. Oops. Billboards. It says, please do not eat the billboard, all white meat chicken. I think I do have a lot of McDonald's advertisements. I wonder why. Maybe because like I told you, it is lunchtime here, and that kind of got into my mind. This is again another advertisement, which is for a fitness center, for a gym. If you are if that is what your state is when you step on a scale, it is time for you to hit Silverman's Fitness Center and call that number. Humor in digital marketing. Now, humor in digital marketing encompasses online marketing, social media, everything. So the first thing is story. Laughter can be used to tell stories. And as you all know, storytelling is something very high in social media marketing. People love stories and people love to share them. And if it is something that makes people laugh, yeah, why not? Wonderful. It makes for viral content. It also makes for excellent recall. Social media posts can be used, which are funny, and they obviously tend to go viral very fast. Content marketing. Whenever you create content, try to add some spice into it by making people laugh. Include content that is light and filled with humor and full of fun, so that people enjoy. Even now, like in Athena Global Education, just to talk about it, Shiju and myself, we were discussing that the courses that we do should actually be should not be so serious. They should be light and full of fun, or not full of fun, at least should have some funny content. We have reached that point because in 2021, people don't really enjoy serious things much, maybe because the world is a very difficult place with the pandemic and everything looks bleak, and there's a lot of negativity around, and anything that is that makes people enjoy whatever they are doing, even if it is finance or operations or learning complex data analytics techniques. Still, if you have something humorous or somewhere, if possible, it still works. So even when you are doing content, try to be humorous. And of course, the last point, laughter goes viral. I have put Alexa loses her voice video here. I don't know how many of you have seen it. If you want it, I can play it for you. Is it something that you would like to do? Please give an answer, ladies and gentlemen. iPhone versus Samsung, that was Akhil Parpia. Yes, iPhone versus Samsung, we've had a lot of them. But in iPhone versus Samsung, I think the last laugh was by that mixer company who put both the phones into a mixer and mixed it. I forgot what, does anyone know the name of that company? Which is actually, it's not a juicer, it's like a food, something that you use to mix food stuff together, like a mixie or a mixer grinder. And they put, they had two of them, and they put the iPhone in both of them, and both of them were destroyed. They came back as powder, and they said, see, this is how good our mixie is. iPhone or Samsung, it doesn't matter. It will break, and all you get is powder. That is a wonderful ad. Let me see if I can show it to you, but I forgot the brand name. Okay, this is Alexa losing her voice. 1 second, please give me a moment.
We seem to have technical glitches everywhere today.
Yeah, it's but then, world is a bad place. There are worse things happening around. Let's not despair, Shiju. Let's laugh about it. You will have to tell me whether you can see my screen now.
I can see just the PPT.
Okay, I'll share this also.
I think you will have to.
I'll change this sharing into Alexa loses her voice.
Yes.
Just tell me if you can see it now. This is a YouTube video.
Yes, I can.
I hope all you guys can see it. Hopefully, I'll try to use a full screen.
The volume seems to be very, very low. Yeah.
I've kept it in highest.
No sound. There's no sound.
Sound is not coming?
Not coming. There's no sound at all. No sound at all.
No sound at all. Okay.
Unfortunately. No sound at all.
So that's bad.
I've seen this ad. It's a beautiful one, actually.
Yeah, it's a very, very funny one.
We should be able to hear it, actually. Really sorry that.
At least those who have, please go back and Google it.
Yes, you can just share the
Cardi
link.
B trying to answer a question on Alexa.
Yes. Maybe you can just share the link to somebody has requested for that thing, and maybe they can watch it on a later too. They can search in YouTube and later watch it later.
Okay.
That is a request.
It is ending now.
Okay. You should share the link. Okay, everybody has asked for that.
It is there in the presentation.
Okay, great.
I'll share it again. Yes. Can you see my presentation once again?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Shiju tells me that you were not able to hear it, but please go back to YouTube and Google Alexa loses her voice. I'm sure all of you know about Amazon Alexa and what that, there is that lady who's always trying to help you, telling you things. What happened was that they created a commercial where Alexa was supposed to have lost her voice in real. And instead of Alexa, they added people like Cardi B, and they made them answer a few questions. And that is the story. So the video actually went viral. It's a very, very funny video featuring Jeff Bezos, and it's considered to be one of the best in recent times. Please go and take a look at it. You will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. Moving ahead, I have someone in the chat. Yes, you have found on the YouTube. Wonderful. Please go on the YouTube and Google Alexa loses her voice. You can also find the case study there, which explains what they actually did and what the results were. It is a very, very successful ad campaign, and something that you should all be looking at. Now, what are the pros and cons of having humor in marketing? First, humor helps you grab attention, and it is clutter breaking. Clutter breaking means there are tons of ads, like I told you, all over your display screens. It could be your mobile phone, your tab, your computer, or your television. If you step out of the house, they are everywhere. Thank God, because of COVID, we are not able to, most of us at least are sitting at home, and at home we are bombarded by these advertisements everywhere. They are on print, on TV. Even if you are out of home or inside the home, advertisements are everywhere. Brands are everywhere. It is too much. Humor helps you to break that clutter and make you stand out and have people look at you and recognize you, and have people pay attention to what you're saying, which is the most important thing when you are a marketer. You want people to pay attention to you, and humor helps you do that. Another point is shareability. Is there even a word called shareability? I don't know. I just made that up. It makes it easier for us to share. We love a joke, and we want our friends and family to hear it. So if there is something that makes you smile or laugh, we tend to forward it. We forward it on WhatsApp, we forward it post it on Facebook, post it on LinkedIn, post it everywhere. We forward it to people so that they will also laugh. Imagine that, free advertising. We are advertising the brand to others that the brand might not be able to reach at all. That is what shareability is all about. And humor is what can make people do it. So that's why humor is important. It creates word of mouth without being word of mouth. It is very, very relatable. People tend to relate to things which make them laugh and smile. It builds trust, as we already know, we learned in the previous slides. It also shows the brand's personality as someone that is light and happy and fun-loving and not too serious and not something that is stodgy and old, young, entertainment, all those positive things. It also helps in differentiation, makes you stand out. It helps in storytelling, as we already saw. It helps in personalization. Brand is able to create that brand personality. If you understand brand personality, you know how difficult it is to create and maintain it. So laughter helps you have that kind of a brand personality. And it brings in a very, very close relationship with the customers. Whether you intend to do it or not, when you laugh with someone, you feel close to them. And that is something which is true for all of us as humans. And it also brings in loyalty. If there is something that made you happy, you tend to come back, or because you recall it anyway. And you tend to come back and you are generally loyal to it. And the last point is recall. And recall is what is most important for any marketer or advertiser. They are looking for recall. Everything that you do is for this one single word, to get people to remember you, have them here in their brain and their heart. And for that, humor is the most trusted way. The next slide. Yes, this is what I said when I talked about clutter. Your brain is getting everything from everyone. There are questions, information, discounts, posts, apps, everything is thrown at you. But only way you'll remember something, or only way you will recall it, is through humor. I wouldn't say it is the only way, but it is one of the best ways for you to remember it. So use humor, make people lol, laugh out loud. What are the cons? All the good things have the other side of the coin. Let's look at it. Unprofessional. Sometimes what you say could be unprofessional, could be like someone, Dennis was asking, I think, dark humor. It might not be the right thing to do. What you say, what you do on your communications, even might evoke a few laughter, but it could be unprofessional. Don't do that. Sometimes you might sound amateurish, again, a failure. Sometimes the brand might come across as attention seeking. Like, I'm sure you know of this person somewhere among your friends who always wants attention. We say that children are sometimes attention seeking, but then children are children. What happens when adults do the same thing? They can be attention seekers. And what if a brand is an attention seeker? I'm sure you don't like that. Over a period of time, you tend to not to like that. You don't want that image as an attention seeker. Some brands are downright exploitative. They exploit the situation by joking about maybe people, communities, countries, nations, can be anything. That is wrong. Don't exploit anyone. Don't joke or laugh at the expense of someone. And sometimes you end up being very, very cheap when you are trying to make humor. That is also a failure. Don't do it. Sometimes you come across as lacking seriousness. That is where these questions about serious issues, can we use humor? Yes, I will always say you should use humor. Humor has been very successfully used. I don't know if Shiju might remember, there was an advertisement in India on tobacco, how to stop people from smoking. And
yeah,
it was by Sunny Leone. Sunny Leone is a very controversial figure in the Eastern, Southeast Asian countries. Not all of them, at least say India, Pakistan and all, because she's very, very popular, but she's a porn artist. She actually films porn videos and all that, but otherwise she is known to be a very good lady. She had this advertisements on stopping smoking, and it was hilarious, believe me. Anyone would laugh at it. But the message also came across. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is difficult to bring out that kind of a fine balance. That is advertising genius right there. It's not easy. But if you can do it, if you can pull it out, please, by all means. But never lose focus or result or create something that is that sounds juvenile or very that lacks seriousness when you are discussing something which requires that kind of seriousness. Talk about something to laugh at, something funny, but come back to your point and embrace the seriousness of your subject, because it is worth it. And the last point I would like to say, never offend the people. Don't hurt anyone, whoever it is. Don't talk about women or old people or people with disabilities, people with different sexual orientation, people of other religions, other culture. And there is something else which I never understand, racism, belittling people on the basis of color, laughing at them. No, of course not. We are all the same. You cut somebody, you still get blood, no matter who they sleep with or what color their skin is. It doesn't make any difference. Hunger is the same for all of us. Pain is the same for all of us. So we are all humans. Respect that. You go beyond it, you are bound to fail. Somewhere, without a doubt, you are bound to fail. So don't do that marketing harakiri. Remember these things. Always have some strategy. Be strategic in your approach. It is not right to just use humor because you can afford to use humor. That is not how it should be done. There should never be any sarcasm. Don't really use sarcasm in a very belittling way, in which when you put down others and make others feel uncomfortable. Use only natural humor. Be friendly. Never offend. Keep it very simple and very easy for people to understand. Some people create these jokes or funny videos which are actually difficult for others to understand, because the level of humor is at times complex. Don't make humor complex. We have a lot of complex things in life, even otherwise. We don't want to, to actually put in an effort to understand what is funny about something. Keep it simple. Laugh at yourself. But at the same time, try to have a target group or segment, if possible. Understand your market segments. Try to position your brand or product humorously to them. And your market research has to be done. Stay focused. Never cause hurt. Try and laugh at yourself as much as possible. And let your audience also know that you are laughing. Always remember, laughter is something which can be used to a great success, but use it sparingly, in a limited way. If you overuse anything, that is bound to have negative consequences, as we all know. So let's not get into that. Next slide. I can see, I hope you all get it. This is very simple. This cat had only one job, and that was to catch the mouse, but instead he seems to be very friendly with the mouse and now sleeping with it. This is the advertisement for Victor Pest Company, a company that is aiming to remove pests at home, household pests. So this is a seriously humane mouse trap. The cat was supposed to be a mouse trap, but he seems to have fallen in love with the mouse. It's a very gentle ad, something that people will notice, because I'm sure I have never seen anything like that, a cat hugging a mouse, except for Tom and Jerry. I have never seen the cartoons. Should we consider memes as marketing strategy is a question that is asked by Didier. Didier, yes, memes as a marketing strategy, like I said, should be used carefully. Shiju, I hear that you want to answer the question live. Please do.
No, I give it live whenever you answer the question. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
So that the question who has asked the question will know that you're answering that question.
Okay, memes, like I already told you, memes can be used, but memes are very contextual. You need to understand what it actually means and ensure that there is some sort of a connection with your brand. If there is a connect, if that can be used, perfect. Why not? Memes are very popular on social media. Use it by all means, but make sure that it makes sense to people and they will actually laugh. Otherwise, it will just fall flat. Some points for you to ponder or think about. Segmentation. Always think about segmentation in marketing. Segmentation, targeting, and positioning. This is some of the basics, but in marketing, basics always work. think of the segments that to whom you are targeting your humorous marketing communication. And always understand that there is differences in how people perceive humorous content. Men like more aggressive risk humor, but women tend to be more empathetic, and they might not, or they would definitely not appreciate some of the things that men laugh about. Then there is the differences in age, not just gender, age. Older people are less likely to understand jokes, but at the same time, once they understand, they appreciate it much more than younger people. Younger people get jokes quickly, but they forget. Their retention and recall might be less as compared to an older what do you call, age group. By older, I'm not talking about 80s and 90s. I'm talking about maybe, from 40s or 50s. As you grow older, you understand them less quickly, but once you do, you appreciate them more. Psychographics to understand personality trait of your audience. Use psychographics. Understand, have something called scenarios or build up scenarios, and understand your audience, understand your target market and the segments, and create communications which are appealing to them. Also, understand behavioral data to identify happiness triggers. What makes the people happy? What makes your customers or potential customers happy? Use them to create targeted, humorous advertising marketing content. Now, this is something I'm sure all of you can get. Husband is sleeping with a mask on his eyes to sleep well, whereas the wife cannot take the stink coming from his mouth. So use Colgate Plaques to reduce smells. Puns. Now, puns are another way which are very, very simple, like memes. They can easily be used in advertisement. I wrote about puns because they are the most common way of bringing in humor. And, when you, this is the simplest and easiest form. And it can be used even if your topic is very, very serious. Topic is something that deserves much more seriousness. You can bring about a smile and increase retention by creating puns, like in this case, Friday or one in a melon. It is actually wordplay using words, and you need to understand the language very well, whether it is English or any other language. So you need to have a very good idea about the thesaurus and a very good vocabulary to be able to pull it off. You can have double meanings, but remember, never hurt or offend. The key or the point here is to bring up connections which are totally unrelated. In this case, you're talking about French fries and Friday. And the others, this is a melon and watermelon. And we are trying to talk about one in a million, something that is unique. So trying to use unusual vocabulary and bringing up unrelated connection is what is the point here. Next is threats. There are threats. There is such a thing as a bad joke. You don't want those faces from that cat and the dog, right? You don't want that. So anything that hurts anyone, that is tasteless and offensive, no. Sensitive subjects, try to avoid them. War, sexual orientation, crimes, abuse of women, children. All these are things which should be avoided. Jokes on specific groups of women, children, disabled, nations, religions, always remove them. Brand misalignment. Align it with whatever is your existing strategy, positioning, marketing, communications. If you have something which is totally different, way off from what you have been talking about. Imagine, a brand which has been very serious throughout, suddenly coming up with something to laugh about and having no connection with its existing communication. That might, it might kind of rattle the viewers, and it might not be accepted well. Using memes, this is the answer. Using memes without understanding them, a very, very wrong move. Then, of course, bad timing. I can tell you hundreds of companies who have created advertisements during the pandemic, talking about having fun and enjoying, where the audience is actually sitting at home, losing their loved ones, having no way of going to work, or losing their jobs and suffering in all kinds of ways. It is downright, I would say, abusive, because television and the other means of communication, your internet and everything, is what now people are accessing 24/7 to get information, and for all our daily lives are so connected to the screen. So it is not right for brands to kind of come up with things which could be offensive to people during something like a pandemic. So the timing has to be right. I'm not saying that you should not have COVID jokes. I will come to them. That is a totally different one. I'm talking about companies who are talking about, partying or festivals or enjoyment and, doing everything which people are at that moment not able to do. So the timing of what you do is always important. There is such a thing as a bad joke. Hard-hitting messages. Now, this is the advertisement for medicine for stomach gas. And I hope you get the point. Like this, there are messages which can be difficult to deliver without sounding, offensive or very, very serious. They can be given easily through humor. As in this case, wherein you are talking about passing gas and the sound that it creates. Okay. The next one, wear a helmet when you ride. This is a person who has obviously not worn a helmet while driving, and this is what has happened. Don't play with electricity. What a better way than to show a snake there. Very dangerous. Don't play with electricity. Texting and driving. This is what your face will look like if you text and drive. COVID humor. Coming back to the question, yes, we can have COVID humor. What you see there, the McDonald's golden arches separated is a part of McDonald's COVID humor. Social distancing is what they are talking about. Keep yourself separate. Audi also did that by Audi's 4 rings were broken and separated. Volkswagen separated the V's and talked about social distancing. Thus, because we have COVID doesn't mean that we cannot laugh about it. Everybody is going through a bad time. Let's laugh and enjoy. Why not? See, flexing in March 2019 was about, the iPhones and all those. Flexing in March 2020 is about hand sanitizer. If you have a mask and a hand sanitizer, that is how you flex. This, I don't know, if you have grown up in 80s listening to this kind of music, you would definitely know about this song, Hello, Is It Me You're Looking For? And this is about the shortage of toilet paper in the United States last year.
Lionel Richie,
one of his best songs ever. Again, a personal favorite, so I had to put it there. And yeah, burgers, because I'm missing them. That is why you are seeing the McDonald's and the burgers. Social distancing using a Whopper with all those 3 times of onions, you're going to smell so bad. People will definitely stay 6 feet apart from you. That is the idea here. The Whopper with triple onions that will keep others away from you. Okay. The next one. Best time ever to get braces or getting your tooth work done, because nobody is going to see your smile in the near future. And when your smile is ready, you can do it. This is the time for all the orthodontic work. And this is my personal favorite. This is what I generally look like. This is what Shiju and Sree and all the other people who in Athena don't really get to see me. This is my usual look. This is what I am when I work from home. And suddenly somebody wants to video chat. So now, thank God, we have an option of working without having the video on. So Shiju, now you know why my video is off every now and then. Okay. To be or not to be. In this case, to laugh or not to laugh. That is the question. See, you have to understand something. Use of humor is also controversial. Not everybody appreciates. That is why I said, please understand your segment, understand your positioning, understand your brand, customers, and then only use it. You can entertain 1 million people and not sell one of them. Just having an advertisement or any communication that is humorous does not mean that you'll be successful in selling your product. People might enjoy the humor, but not buy your product. There are such incidents. It does happen, so we have to be very careful. But generally, overall, like Harvard Business Review says, purchase intention and persuasiveness increases with humor. And of course, some of the most influential books in the world do not have a single line of humor in them. Can anyone tell me which are some of the most influential books in the world without even a single line of humor in them? Anyone, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sure you do. Yes, please. Please text the answer. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How about the Bible? Have you read a joke in the Bible? I don't think so. It is still one of the most influential. All the religious books, if you take for that matter, they don't carry any jokes, but they are the most influential books, in fact, the books that belong to our religions. And of course, there are tons of books without any humor at all, but they're still influential. So it is not to say that only humor sells or humor is the end or be all. Humor is something that accelerates or acts as a catalyst to your marketing efforts. And it can have very good influences for your product and your brand. Because according to me, laughter is the real pandemic. Laughter is contagious. It is the real pandemic that has been around for millions of years and will continue to be there for billions of years. So my ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, humor in marketing is no laughing matter. Thank you.
So
Questions, please?
Yeah, we will just wait for questions. And just meanwhile, I just wanted to answer one question.
Yes.
If that is not a problem, because
please do.
Somebody has asked me like whether we do have a course in master's degree in cybersecurity.
Oh yes, I did see that. Please answer that, Shiju.
Yes, we don't have, as of now, we don't have a course in master's degree in cybersecurity. We do handle a lot of other different type of courses, which includes masters in supply chains and procurements and contracts and international marketings, and that type of the course that are the courses which we have currently as of now. And of course, we have Sri Lakshmi handling the whole research program, the BBA. Yeah. So we have a lot of 50, 60 different type of courses we have, which you can possibly go and visit our website and maybe reach out and take a 7 days free trial without any obligations and see whether it suits you. That's it. Okay, I don't want to disturb you in between, Sri Lakshmi. Please carry on. Since the question was there, I just wanted to answer that. That's it.
Shall we have a very entertaining conversation, if possible, through the chat or even otherwise?
Whether our assignments have content or not, we enjoyed your content. Somebody
Thank you.
Subash. Okay. So it's already there. Laugh phrase, not laughing. Let me see.
I'm allowing everyone to talk. Okay. So
yeah. So you can possibly give. Somebody wants to take up mic. If they can raise a hand, then possibly you can give that mic to them.
Let people talk. It's fine. Generally, I'm able to, let everyone talk, but for some reason that's not happening here.
Not able to help.
I am doing it individually now. Now that option has appeared. Earlier, I was. This is why I was not able to see, because this option did not come up at all.
Is it okay to use what is found in the internet, or should it always be original? Somebody has asked. Sharon has asked that.
I would always prefer that you have your own original content. If you are studying in Athena, you know about Turnitin and plagiarism policy, right? So if you are not from Athena, you probably would not get it. But if you are from Athena, we don't really allow people to copy. There is something called copyright and everything. Prefer to use original content, but at certain times, I'm sure content from the internet can be used, especially if you're low on budget and everything.
And there was one question from Blessing. If you have seen the question, again, it's a question related to school. So how can you use humor ads to attract students to my school in Nigeria? That is one question.
Yeah.
Blessing is asked.
Yeah, that is again, humor ads can be used if you cannot create them yourself. Use some of the, memes are again something which you can try there. You can look at the internet and see what works in your country and your locality, and please do that, because education in children is something which is very, very important and should be taken care of. Should be even as long as it doesn't offend anyone, I'm sure you can use anything.
And somebody has asked for the link to the video. We will try to upload it in our official website, the discussion boards. We have discussion boards and everything. We will try to upload it in your learning portal itself, whoever is as part of the Athena, or we will try to upload it in our LinkedIn profile or something from where you can hopefully access all these videos. We'll work on something. We'll work something out for you.
We'll do something. When the slides can be given out if you want. Thank you. Thank you, Shaib Mohammed. Thank you, Lionel. Yeah, he's saying it was on the slide. I can see the chat now. I'm sorry. I'm really very apologetic about what has happened in terms of the technology.
I think Sree, I got what the question was all about. What Lionel was trying to ask. I think it is about.
It is about Amul. Amul is actually a brand of food or butter. Maybe if you want, if you have time, I can just show you a couple of slides from Amul. Amul is a brand which started back in the 1960s, to be precise, when the kind of technology that we have now is not there. So Amul has used humor from that time till now, and used it so successfully.
Yes, and Amul is supposed to be a great brand because they did start something like a social revolution at that time, like self development and getting employment for people in rural areas. So that is some sort of social revolution. Started a big brand in India. So anything related to Amul, it is supposed to be something very striking for everyone.
I can share you about some of the few of the slides that I have. This is not my full Amul slide. I have tons of advertisement. Just imagine, see, this is Amul. Amul is said to be the taste of India. Amul's icon was this little girl, Amul girl. She was created by one of the greatest admin to have ever lived, I would say, Sylvester de Kanha, somebody I admire a lot for what he did back in 1960s, when none of what we have, the life that we live now, was not there. Even I was not there for that matter, but this is your Amul girl. She's a very cute girl. She has looked the same even all these years. It's more than, she's, I think 53 years she's still, this is what she looks like. And she has stolen the hearts of 1.3 billion people in India. She's very popular here. And, this was one of her, I hope you can see the slides now.
Yes, we can.
This is one of the early advertisements. She used to come as a picture in the newspapers and on hoardings, because back then television was not there. There was no radio. And this is, give us this day our daily bread with Amul butter. Just imagine, this is such a simple one, something that is sure to make you smile. A little child praying to God to give us, to give her bread with Amul butter when she wakes up next day. And from then on, she has celebrated so much. This is how she celebrated the test tube baby, when the first test tube baby was born in our country. Amul, this is a New Year wish from Amul, Amulian wishes for the New Year. These are one of the newer ones. You can see she's talking about Bitcoins and the price going down for Bitcoins. And Amul is considered to be the safe investment. And at the bottom, you can see that there is unstable nuclear reactors and saying my butter is better than yours. I think I have to
can you unmute,
unmute some of the people. Oh, no, sorry, this is it. From my participant list, I will.
How far are you? The taxi waiting to go to Baba's.
I think we'll have to unmute everyone.
I think I have.
Whoever raises the hand, we can possibly.
Yeah, I'm not able to get that. Control is somehow not, is affected today. That's the problem we have.
Okay, it's a technical.
I don't know from where it is coming, actually. That's the problem.
I can see from my screen whose mic is on, but I cannot.
Can everyone please unmute? Excuse me. No, it's still not working. There are more than 50 people and it's difficult to unmute everyone. So I'll just show you. That is what I'll do. This is where the Amul girl is going to space, saying it is out of the world. Have some groovy tea. Groovy tea is a pun on gravity.
Never.
Oh my God.
Never. No.
One single person's. Can you make me the host? I can see the person. I can just unmute.
Okay.
Yeah, just
I'll make you the host now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just do that and give the thing back.
Okay. This, as you can see, this is about Nelson Mandela, and this is her tribute to when he passed away. He was a greatly respected leader in our country. He's visited here multiple times. So this is what she talked about her. Why I showed you something that showed the death of a person. There are two more, in fact. This is Paul Walker. When he passed away, this is what she said, gone too fast. And of course, the greatest, the one who could move like a butterfly and sting like a bee, that is the Lord of the Rings, Muhammad Ali. When he passed away, this is what came. Why I showed you these images were because an icon that is known for humor, who has come out with humorous, takes on everything that happens around her week after week for, I don't know, more than half a century. How she handles at the same time the serious issues is also important. That is why I have these things on this slide to show that even if you have humor in your branding strategy, you can still use, take care of serious issues and still manage them. I can see. Paul Mulumba, yeah, please. Okay. This is Amul girl's take on COVID. What happened when the COVID started here in the first place in our country. And she started by wearing masks and going around with her friends. Then we went into lockdown, and this is what she said: stay healthy, not hungry, locked down in bread. Amul butter is always locked down in bread. And finally, this is what she is saying now: home for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So are we. That means this is about working from home. So this is what Amul Girl is all about. If you go, there is actually an Amul app which you can download if you are into marketing and interested in these things. Then there are tons of it. A lot of it might be difficult for people to understand because there is a lot of pun used and the words used are a mix of local languages. So if you don't understand the language, it will be difficult. But generally, they are all in English. With a bit of the local language thrown in and the local issues thrown in, but international issues are also covered. But she is proof to the fact that humor can be used to handle things which are as normal as butter on bread, as mundane as butter on bread, to as serious as apartheid, which it is. Very often, very, very often, she has addressed all the serious issues that you can think of. She has discussed war, apartheid, racism, COVID. Think about it. Amul Girl has been there, and she has used humor to talk about all these issues while discussing the most common thing that we all use to cook and to eat, that is butter. Okay? So I hope you understand what I was describing
Lakshmi,
now.
Sharon has asked for your LinkedIn name. Do you mind me?
Yeah, please give my LinkedIn name. Not an issue.
I have your LinkedIn link itself. I'll just share that. So
yeah, please share that. Not an issue at all.
It will be easier for everyone to connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will share Adina Global's.
Please share our profiles. All these are open. We are in a global world, and this is how we connect. Yeah. Any more questions?
So Daniel has raised his hand. So Daniel, do you want to answer? Ask any
Daniel,
question?
please ask, or you can type, whatever. It's up to you.
Oh, yes. I don't know whether you are hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you, Daniel. Please.
We can.
Thank you so much, Daktari. Here in Kenya, we like using the Kiswahili word for doctor. It is Daktari.
Daktari. Why not?
Yes, I'm very grateful because I've learned a lot today.
Thank you.
And I'm an author. I'm a writer.
Oh, wonderful. What do you write about?
Thank you.
I'm an avid reader, although I have not written much.
Motivational, inspirational.
That's very tough to come up with.
Yeah, the last one I put it in terms of a story. You know, when you write a story, it makes it easy to change people's minds, and I wanted to change people's minds. So I was asking, how do you use humor to market a book?
To market a book? Oh, yes, I did see that question. I'm sorry I did not answer it. Okay, thank you for raising it here. How do you use humor to market a book? The answer is twofold. One, in the contents. If you can make people laugh, yes, your book will sell, because people will tell others, hey, buddy, go read that book. And the excerpt from your book will be, it will go viral. And that is one of the best ways to market the book, to be funny inside. Now, outside, how would you market a book? Maybe your book is about motivations, or it is about something which is not exactly humorous. It could be about something serious, but how do you do it? That is where, if you're using alternative marketing methods in terms of, say, advertisements or affiliate links or display advertisements, whatever it could be, or even print advertising, try to use humor there. Come up with a situation where you are able to make people laugh. Or even in your case, since you are an author talking about stories, we can have a funny story, maybe something short and simple. Make people laugh and talk about your book. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Daktari. I appreciate.
Yeah, can I add something to it, Dr.
Yes, yes, Shiju, yes, please.
Because these are something of a very interesting topic for us. Okay. So Daniel, possibly what we used to do, or I used to do, is that we should make rather than trying to market our book, we should make we should have a loyal followers or listeners who are waiting for our book. Okay. Now, how can you create that? You can always have something like of your own, maybe a Insta page, or maybe a Facebook page, or a LinkedIn page, where you keep on posting
personal brand.
Yes, you're branding up. Actually, you're doing, that's a part of your personal branding. You keep on getting, engaging your listeners. You have attendees down there. So actually, they will wait for when you have to keep on, letting them know that you're going to launch your book. And in reality, they are going to wait for you to launch the book, rather than you have to, go marketing into a strange market. You'll have your buyers in advance before you launch the book. So that is something I feel that you can personally try and see how that is going to be worked out. And humor will definitely hold that much importance in that too. The humor, as Lakshmi has been saying always, humor will have that. You make that build a rapport with your, engaging your targeting audience you are searching. So that is a point which I wanted to share.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for reminding me. In fact, Daniel, personal branding is something, although I was discussing, I completely did not cross my mind. You should try it. Personal branding is for people like you who are authors and who have things to talk to the public. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Daktari. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Daniel. I have a student from Kenya, Collins Opoyo. He is from your country.
That is good. And I'm very grateful for the gentleman who has shared with me also.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful because it is said that sharing is caring. Thank you so much.
Hello? It is absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Hi. I can see Shubhashree Ravi's name. Shubhashree, hello. Thank you for coming. That is a big surprise, Shubha. Shubhashree Ravi is my doctoral candidate. She is working towards a DBA, and she is here. That's good to know.
Thank you, Dr. Sree.
How are you?
Absolutely fine.
And I'm missing, please inform Ravi that I'm missing him because I am yet to see his work. I need
okay. He is along with me right now here.
Please, I need some communication from him because he's going to an elapsed case.
Good afternoon, Dr. Sree. As you were, we have been traveling a lot, and we just came back, and we were quarantined for a period of time.
Oh,
because
please stay safe.
When you enter the country, there was a mandatory quarantine.
Okay.
So now we reached home only a couple of days back. So you will see me resurfacing in a day or two.
Oh, please. You are already very, very late. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you from southern parts of Africa, you will know that this person who I'm talking to is a Pro-Vice Chancellor of Botho University of Botswana. He is the go-to person for your educational needs.
And I'm quite surprised, Sree Lakshmi, how within a fraction of a second you moved from an interesting topic to straight down to business. You're behind him.
No, because that's
let him enjoy the session, Sree.
No, I sent an email the other day and I was reminded I cannot find Ravi's message, Ravi's mail here. Why not? Because I'm talking to everybody else, all the other learners, Peter Kruger and Jan and everyone. And Ravi was the one person who was missing. So I added Shubha's name also into the mail.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So that, she will remind him.
Certainly, I'll do that now.
Shiju, just to add on to it, like when you're marketing, you always look out for opportunities also. But that's what Dr. Sree is reminding people.
I like my students. I'm always connected.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
I want to understand something. I'm a digital marketer for a production house. We do videos and everything about video production. So, how can I sell a production house using humor? Like I've always had issues with
you are producing videos.
Dry jokes.
Okay.
They will produce videos, yeah. But it's all about dry jokes and So I mean, I want to understand. I mean, how can we make this trend like other people are doing it?
See, I want to understand something. You create videos for other people, or are you creating content?
We create documentaries. We create pictures.
Okay.
We create.
I'm sorry, your voice is breaking.
So I want to understand how can we chip in humor to what we do, like the.
Shiju, could you hear that? Because
I couldn't actually. There was a lot of in between.
There is a lot of noise actually. But just let me add my 2 cents worth of it. If you are a content creator and if you are creating videos or images or portraits, using humor could be an excellent way to market your work because, like I always say, humor is what catches people's attention, and it disarms them. And they become much more receptive to whatever you have to say. And because of that, people tend to pay attention to you. So having humorous content is definitely one of the best ways to promote your work. And of course, because we have social media, you could post your work on there, maybe at least bits of pieces, because you obviously cannot post everything. And create a personal brand, because you are one of the persons who could have a brand of your own. Leva's works could be something that people in your country would be waiting for.
Hello.
Are you able to understand me?
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I understand. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
I understand. Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry because the audio is not clear at all to me.
You. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
I know we have to talk more. We have to talk more because I think like there's 2 more that I have to learn from you guys because I'm having
please connect using LinkedIn. You can use LinkedIn and message me, DM me there.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Please do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lakshmi, there is one question which was unanswered.
Daniel.
But then I think we can practically answer it. But still you can possibly share that. James has asked a question like, how do you use humor to activate a brand?
How do you use humor to?
activate a premium brand. He is already in, which is already in existence. That product is already in existence, or the brand.
So if you are an existing brand, that means the people are aware of your brand. In that case, you are the best person for having.
Dr. Sree, can you make me host back? I'll just mute the mic.
Yeah. Please stay as the host for the time being.
Yes, I'll do that. That's better.
Yes, I made you host now. I'm so sorry. Today seems a very bad day with these.
No problem. No problem. I'll carry.
But that's okay. We will always be positive. I don't believe in anything trying to stop me from talking and saying what I have to say. Okay. So coming back to the question here, yes, if you are a brand, if you are an existing brand and you know that you already have a bunch of people who know about you and who are aware of you, then you are definitely the prime candidate for humor, because once an existing brand comes up with a promotion or a marketing communication which has humorous content, the persuasive power of the content increases manifold, and the people's purchase intention also increases. This is what was found by Harvard. So that is something that we can rely on. I think. Okay, thank you, Shiju. So yes, so if you are an existing brand, please try humor by all means.
Okay, hi. I think, do we have any other questions actually?
We have the chat. Let me please check the chat.
Yeah, no, there's no more questions actually.
Yeah, Rambi Hov is in Botswana. Wonderful. Thank you,
Sree. We have a lot of people from Kenya. We have people from
Botswana. Good morning to all people from Nigeria, Lagos. Good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, so any other questions? We have left the Penny. We have left the LinkedIn profile link. I've shared the LinkedIn profile link.
Yes.
In the chat session, you can just check. It is already there. All the required LinkedIn profiles is already shared in the chat.
Thank you, Duke. Yes, the social media. I am there only on LinkedIn. I'm sorry, I'm not in Facebook. I always tell people I have a PhD on social media, but I don't use it. You will not find me there. The only place I am available is on LinkedIn.
And I'll just.
And that has been shared. Shiju, could you please share that once again?
I have shared Adina's and all the LinkedIn profiles I've shared. I'll share it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Just once again.
Thank you so much.
We do have Insta accounts and everything, but LinkedIn profile is from where we connect to everyone most of the time. But we do have Facebook page. Everything is available. So from your once you have the LinkedIn profile, you just search. Using the same name, you'll get everything. Insta,
everything. Even from Athena, you can reach all of us because we are all connected.
Let me. Okay.
Anyone else? Questions, please. I was hoping to listen to at least a couple of jokes and laugh myself, but then
even I was waiting for that.
Nobody seems to be in.
Last time, you remember last time when we had something on humor in in workspace, we had a lot of learners, a lot of participants. We enjoyed it a lot actually.
Oh yeah.
But today also we expected the same thing. So we want jokes actually.
Nobody is humoring me. I am not getting to laugh.
Okay, so there is if there is no more questions, then we will
wind up. I think we will call it a day.
Yeah. As you told, it's the evening for me right down here on the Saturday evening. So let me.
Yes, Shiju has other plans. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone for making it here. It is wonderful to see you all from different parts of the world, and I enjoy talking to you. I hope you you enjoyed listening to me as much. And if you have taken up something, if you have something to say as takeaway from today's session, that would be extremely wonderful for me. I would feel that I have done a good job. And thank you for coming. Please do visit Athena Global Education. We have more of these webinars every month, and you can listen to various topics. Once again, thank you, Shubha, and thank you, Ravi, for being there.
They can also, Lakshmi, they can also possibly share us any interesting topics that they want to, conduct as a webinar. And everyone is welcome also. If you want to do a webinar, please be free.
Please come to us. You can DM both of us and through LinkedIn, let us know what you want to listen to. Also, if you want to have a webinar, please contact Mr. Shiju. He is the person for it. We can arrange something.
So we are trying to create as much interesting topics as possible. So we don't want to continue humor. We are trying to work out a humor series. We already have something in the stress related. We have with marketing. So every sector we are trying to find humor.
Yeah.
So
we like a laugh.
We will have
we like a laugh when everything is bleak all around us. So let's laugh and get over this.
I think we all need it in the present situation.
Yeah, we do. And laughter is the best medicine, guys. If you laugh, it reduces your cholesterol, your blood pressure and everything else. I mean, you can get well actually if you smile a day. It's not your apple a day, it's just laughter a day.
Okay, so thank you everyone and all the very best. Hope to meet you all guys in the next webinars. So meet you there. Thank you then.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.